All right, guys, Nick Drossos. In this week's episode, we have my client, Danielle, right here. How much weight did you lose, Danielle, total of?
At least 40 pounds.
40 pounds.
7 inches of waist.
7 inches of waist in 8 months.
8 months.
And he completed the 40-120 program. We did some maintenance as well after that. And I wanted to get him on to talk about the challenges. I want to start on how did you feel when you were there? You could almost see it in your eyes, right? How did you feel inside before the transformation?
Well, to be honest, I didn't like myself at that point. I got there because I stopped training, because I stopped taking care of myself, stopped taking care of my health, and at the end, I didn't like myself. But I could go every day, but going to the beach, going to friends, my son's friends telling me, "You're big, you have a big belly." It wasn't fun mentally to be there.
How did you feel in your skin, in the sense that, like when you were alone looking in the mirror?
I didn't look in the mirror.
Yeah, it's.
I did not look in the mirror because not only physically, because I didn't feel good. I didn't feel I was honest to my son. He's 11.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm 56.
Yeah.
He's 11. So if we do the math, when I'm 96, he's going to be 51.
So that was one of your sources of motivation, right?
That was one of my sources.
So what were your sources of motivation to call me? Like, what made you say, okay, let me reach out to him and call him and start training?
Well, to be honest, I've always been training.
Okay.
I don't know if you have the picture here,
but
I
true,
do on your side.
With the magazine there.
With the magazine, the fake magazine, let's say it. But I always been training.
Okay.
And I got a new doctor.
Okay.
And she took my pressure and she said, "Oh, it's high. Are you always like that?" And I said, No. This is only when I visit the doctors and say, "I don't believe you. Test yourself for 1 week and come back and we'll see." And it was high. And I told myself, okay, you're not taking medication to eat bad and not take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So I told the doctor, give me a month. Give me a month. I'm going to change. And if that pressure is still high, I'll take that medication.
Oh, wow. That's what you do. Good.
So that was the first motivation, the first event that made me change.
Yeah.
And so I started training. I have everything in my downstairs. So I started training, and I know how to do things, but I felt I need to find someone. And at that point, and this is why I know it didn't take 9 months, it took 8 months, because I went back to the messages we exchanged.
Okay, yeah.
And on the 9th of May, I saw Simon Olivier Fecteau's picture before and after. And he was saying, "Nick Drossos, you're the best coach," and everything. I said, okay, that's a sign. I'm looking for a coach. I don't want to go to those gym. I'm calling that guy. But just a funny fact is, I thought you were living in LA. I don't know if you remember.
Yes, I remember. A lot of people think that because of my social media. They think I'm in the US.
And I was texting you and telling you, okay, I'm Eastern time about that. Yeah. And you said, call me. And you gave me a 514 number. And that guy's in Montreal. That's amazing.
Yeah,
so,
like an hour, 30 minutes away.
So I called you. That's Simon. And I called you, and that was on the 14th. On the 12th, 14th, we started talking. That week, we started training. So the week of 14th of May, we started. That was there.
Yeah.
And 8 months later.
And what's interesting, right? We did all this from your home, in your home gym online.
And you know what? I have a gym in my downstairs. I got everything.
Yeah.
I got everything. We used about 1/10 of my equipment to get there. So we don't need an entire gym.
A lot of people
bars.
think that.
We never use bars. We never use plates. We use dumbbells,
bands,
elastics.
weights, chin-ups. So we should have a video of you doing your chin-ups, right? So
that was one of my goal was to do one chin-up.
Yeah.
I can do 10 now, almost 10. I'm almost at
But that's impressive. I mean, I remember when we first started, you know, and my biggest concern when I train, like I'm 47, so I'm still close. I'm not that far. And I'm already, I tell people, I'm not training for 47. I'm training for 50, 55. I'm always 5 years ahead of what I want to look like. And that's why I'm training the way I'm training now. And my biggest concern always is first keeping my clients as safe as possible. Because I know you're pretty intense. I'm like, no, you got to listen to me. Drop the weight. Don't go that heavy. Let's change that up. Because you're like, when you start getting the results and you get motivated, you want to push harder. So for me, it's always keeping. The most important is the safety, and sometimes certain exercises are not worth doing. Yep. It's always like risk over reward, and luckily we haven't had any injuries in the months while we were training.
None.
I had to slow you down a couple of times. You're like, I could do it.
A couple of times?
Almost every session. I'm like, no, bring it down. Trust me.
Don't do that. No, not that way. And to be honest, I still remember the first time we trained. It was at your place.
At my gym, yeah.
At the gym, we used a T-Rex, and I was telling myself, okay, no, I think that's not it. I want more.
Yeah.
I want more than that. And the next day, oh my God, I felt it. The next week, I was getting better and better, and each week, I was getting the results. And last night I was training and doing those elastic with the
chops and stuff.
The chops and stuff. And I was telling myself, never had so much fun pulling an elastic.
I see your energy. It's like, I mean, it's weird because I look at the pictures, you see the
Yep.
being proud and you're, I remember when you started, the one thing, you were very motivated. But I get that often. A lot of people are always very motivated, but very few are disciplined or are able to, like, you followed everything I said to the T.
Everything.
And I told you, I go, you follow it to a T, you will get results or your money back. And that's what I love, that when I see clients who are motivated, I get motivated. Because at the end, it takes both of us to do it. So I say, either I'm accountable or you're accountable. If I tell you what to do and you don't get it done, I'm accountable. If you do what I say, you don't get the results, then I'm like, it's a both way, you know what I mean? But when it's a teamwork, but when you follow everything, then the results are there, you know?
And it's all right. It's all right. But you have the way to get people to do what you want them to do, and they get the results.
Yeah.
I'm an average guy. I'm an average guy. I just did what you did, and that's the result.
And you lost 7 inches on your waist.
7 inches.
That's...
8th month later, I work at the same place all the time. The same.
How's been the response from people who see you?
I got today.
Okay.
Did you lose weight? Are you still losing weight? And still 8 months after, people are saying it. They don't believe. Someone told me today, wow, intermittent fasting. It's amazing. It works.
I remember it was the first thing. I was like, intermittent fasting, I swear by it. Those are one of the things that I tell my clients to go on to, you know what I mean, to follow. And I think it's, it's a lifestyle change.
It is.
You know, I don't look at it as a quick fix. There's no shortcuts. I tell people, if you're going to come and do this, we're going to do it slowly, but the right way. Yep. We're going to make it a long lasting, that you don't just lose the weight and then gain it back. I want you to continue this lifestyle. And that's why the journey has to be, it has to be fun. It has to be engaging. It has to be a process that once you're done, then you could still continue it on your own. A lot of the trainers, they give all these crazy diets that are not sustainable, and I see clients get results, and then 3 to 6 months later, they're back to their bad habits because it's unsustainable. It doesn't even fit their routine or their lifestyle. Yeah. Which is interesting because we trained around your time from home. So I tell people, you have no excuses, right?
There's no excuses. There's no 4:30, 5, 6. You're always available. You're always there for us, and it's amazing what you do for us during that journey. And Nick,
how's your life changed since?
Physically, I asked my son last night. I asked the question to Matteo, and I said, "How do you feel about my changes? Wow. Well, I said, you run faster when we play. Wow. You have more energy. you look good.
It's amazing, but that's the best way. That's the leading example to tell your kids to exercise. If you tell them to do it, but you don't do it, there's no value in that, like you got to show them, which is amazing.
It is. And the energy, that's the big difference. The energy. And where I work, I see a lot of people that are disabled, and some of the things that happens is that they don't have any core.
Okay.
Because they don't train, they don't do nothing, and the consequences of not having that where you're disabled are amazing. I feel that I have it now. I didn't know what it meant before. Now I know. Just bending to pick up something, just going sideways. I know the feeling of having some.
It's so important.
It is so important. That part of the body is very, very important.
Yeah, because I don't focus on just mirror muscle. Mm-hmm. It's not about you becoming big. As I get older, I know that we lose some of our fine motor skills and things like flexibility, mobility, and all those elements that even when you were younger, I didn't like flex. I wasn't so much into, like I was training, but more chaotically. Whereas as I get older, I'm more careful. And I work on my balance, my stability, my core strength, my mobility, being able to keep all those motor skills so I can do the little things like you said. One of my motivations is training with my son. Your son's 11, my son's 15, and I'm 47. So now I get to train with him. And as I'm getting older, I told him, give me 2 more years, we're going to step in the ring and you're going to fight your old man. I mean, that's our motivation, whatever it is. With our kids now, we want to lead by example and show them that, and it's sad because I see a lot of men, 45, 50, and I look at them and they let themselves go with the big belly. And when you start letting your body go, it affects your mindset. And when your mind goes, your body goes. And it's like this vicious cycle of just, and then it plays on your psyche, your energy, your entire, like, you see them. Sometimes I see these men walking around. I'm like, shit, man, snap out of it. You know what I mean? You don't have to age that way. You could do something about it, Mm-hmm. And you got to do it the right way,
That was the most important thing for me, doing it the right way. And that's when I called you. I felt I was doing some improvisation, and I didn't like that. I was scared of hurting myself. I didn't want to get hurt, and I said, I have to find someone to do it the proper way, to do it the way that I wanted to get result. But I didn't really know what kind of result. To be honest, do I want to get muscled? I want to lose weight. I want to be healthy. I wasn't.
See, I'm a hybrid. I put everything together.
And that's what I got. Yeah. That's what I got with respect. With respect towards where I was, what I could do, what you felt I could do. And I feel like I was like a racing horse, and you had to stop me. Whoa.
But what's interesting, and I say this to my clients, I train myself the way I train my clients. Mm-hmm. Everything you do and my method of exercising, eating, even, we did a lot of coaching where we spoke. It's all part of that holistic approach. Mm-hmm. And everything I do for myself, I do with my clients. So the formula is it's very well known to me because this is what I use. So a lot of times people tell me, oh, what kind of training do you do? The way you train is the way I train to my clients, Because sometimes some trainers tend to complicate things, or they want to, I just follow it. Each program is customized and catered to each client, but with always those important elements that I follow for myself, And we did some boxing, which is cool. Learned some boxing, learning some self-defense.
That was the toughest. We did that every end of training. That was the toughest part of it. The toughest part. To be honest, pulling that elastic was tough. Yeah. But doing the boxing with the 2.5 weight. Yeah. Oh my God, that's.
I had to stop you. I had to be like, slow down. You're like, ah.
Yeah, but it's.
But it's fun. It's. I mean, to me, it's about the experience, and I say this with my clients that I train. It's not. I care so much about my clients. I really, really do. I want to see them get results. Mm-hmm. So it's a two-way, it's a give and take from both sides, you know what I mean? And to me, when I see my clients get their goals, when I see pictures like this, when they tell me I feel better, I lost weight, my mindset is better, I feel better when I go to the beach, when I'm with my wife, when I'm going on a date, that's what gives me that motivation to be like, yes, it's working, it's happening, because it changed your life.
It did. It did, but going back, I don't remember if I said it, but the first call, the first click was that hypertension.
Oh, yeah, it's true. What are your results today, by the way?
Within a month, it was back to normal. I never took any medication for that. So
that's important for you to tell this to men, because most men are going to take the pill. But what we did took a little bit more work.
A little bit more work, and it got better results. For me, to be honest, if I still had that first picture body, I don't care. But if I'm healthy I'm healthy. I'm in shape. I can do things. I can follow my son. I don't have hypertension. I'm in shape. Did you go back and
do a test and just compare everything? When was the last time?
I'm due.
Okay.
But we did maybe in July, something like that, and everything went. Everything.
I say this to people, everybody. It's a quick fix, but you know what? Before you take anything, do it the natural, good, healthy way.
Change your eating habits. And move.
Yeah.
Just move.
And I mean, it's the example, and I say this to people, you don't need the big gym. We worked out of his home. We went around your schedule. We catered. I made a customized program. I was on your ass texting you, what's going on? Did you do the workout? You know what I mean? And we spoke, and I mean, because a lot of times, and for me, the most important thing is tapping into your mind, changing your beliefs, rewiring those beliefs, figuring out what makes you, what is really the driving force behind there, tapping into that. Because once you get into that, you wake up something that's inside all of us that are like, I want to do this,
Totally. And I just recently, because I knew I was coming here, I just went back to all the training we did. And I remember the first thing we did when it was at your gym was like skating exercise, doing a pendula.
Yeah.
That was so tough and made me say, okay, no. That's supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be tough. So, and you challenge me, and you're so good at, I told you many times, you're so good at motivating people. To be honest, I told you many times, if you're lying to me right now, you're a very good actor.
You said that to me.
Many times. And you encourage us, you push us, but you respect us. It was me, and I know it's like that for everybody. And
I don't have that approach as trainers. I've seen trainers, they yell at their clients, and they're like, I don't have that.
Well, you didn't have to do it with me.
No, but I don't do it with anybody. I'm like, some people say your soft voice is more powerful, when it's like, you could do it. It's like, I hate that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, whatever, again, what I try to do is help people, change their life, give that, reinvent themselves, rebuild themselves, reset themselves, and not to age the way they think we should age. And I say this to men, guys, I mean, don't let yourself go. Don't make excuses. Don't say you're too old, it's too late, you've never trained, I don't have time. All those are excuses. You're a doctor, you're busy. Right? You're a neuropsychologist. You're busy. You have a busy schedule, kid, wife. We found the time. If you could do it,
anyone can do it.
Anyone could do it.
I'm telling you, anyone can do it. If I did it, I'm telling you, anyone can do it. And I'm still doing it. I'm still doing cardio in the morning, wake up at 5:45, do my half an hour cardio, 3 times a week, weight. it's my habit now.
You're a leading example. I'm sure you've motivated people to start training.
I did.
I like that. I did.
I did.
Anyone specific?
And to be honest, not intentionally.
Okay.
Just by they saw the result, they saw I changed, and I'm doing it too at work. Colleagues
That's amazing. That's amazing. Like you started, like you motivate people, and then they see you come in with that energy. They're like, I want what you have.
Yeah.
I want what you have. And I say it, a lot of people tell me that, Nick, I want what you have. I see you're healthy, you're in good shape, you're in a good mood. You know what I mean? It looks like you're enjoying life. Like, how do you do it? What are the pieces that you've put together? And it's work. That's what I tell people. It's continuously working on yourself, your body, your mind, your all of that together.
And I'm a scientist. My wife is a scientist. I know for a fact, science says that training, exercising is the best thing to work on cognition, to work on your mood, and to work on your sleep. It's the best. It's scientifically proven. So I have no more question, Your Honor.
No more. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It works. It's been proven scientifically that training, doing some cardio, doing some exercise will help you with your attention, concentration, things like that.
I see it. That's why I got ADD, ADHD. I'm dyslexic. And I knew the only thing that kept me going as a child and as I got older is exercise. Without exercise, my brain would be all over the place. So the exercising, eating well, sleeping well, when those elements, right, and practicing mindfulness and meditation, if those elements are not there, my nervous system is out of whack. I feel it. And that's why I know how important it is for me and for people especially when you need that mental focus. Don't take anything. Just follow those important elements and put them together,
And it will work.
100%.
And to be honest, it's not that difficult.
Yeah.
It's not. Just do it. It's not that difficult. Just.
You got to get rid of the excuses. That's what it is.
Yeah. No limits, no excuses.
No limits, no excuses.
You just do it. You go out there. You find someone. You don't even have to go out there. You can do it from your home, and that's the result.
I love that. I love that smile right over there. That's awesome, man. Daniel?
56.
56. Guys, 56. So I don't want to hear, I'm too old, it's too late. Never, right? I mean, he's the perfect example. 7 inches on his waist. Look at that. That 7 inches is freaking awesome.
And that 7 inches was in August. No, it was in November.
Okay.
So I might have lost more.
Oh, you look great on your suit. That's for sure. All stylish. I see you walking in. So Danielle, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I'm so proud of you. Really, really I am. You worked so hard to get to this, and it's been a pleasure and honor training. I'm always there for you. I'm always there for all my clients. Anybody who's came into my gym, anybody who's trained, Costa's nodding his head, knows I'm always there for them. Even if you just want to shoot me a call and say, hey, just want to shoot the shit. Hey, I need some advice. Hey, Nick, I just want to talk. I'm always there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.